Last week we dealt with the craziest wind speeds, and this week we're bracing for the bitter cold.
Ooh, that is gonna be a nice little ice rink, I'm thinking.
Join us as we prepare for single-degree temps in hopes that our pipes and hoses do not freeze.
I'll tell you this, it feels cold.
Because the cold is drastically different in an RV than in a house due to almost no insulation and really leaky windows. And even just touching my hand right there to it, it's extremely cold. And just as we think we've escaped the worst, we suddenly find ourselves having to drive 2 hours to an emergency vet clinic for our new rescue pup, Trinity.
So after all of this drama, it turns out that Trinity has a condition known commonly. Hey Kalyn, we've got this comment from Salty South Texan. When the cold front hits, I want to see that video. It's gonna be brutal.
It's hitting.
Yep, it's here.
And it's brutal.
Well, truth be told, Salty South Texan, my wife and I were looking at the weather this week, and we both said, well, looks like this week's video is gonna be all about cold weather and prepping the RV. That's when the weather was gonna dip all the way down into the teens. Well, things shifted quite dramatically. So now, today, we're definitely prepping for the cold because you know how I said it was gonna drop into the teens? Well, that has since shifted. It's gonna drop down to 9. So I've got a strategy planned out to keep us warm today. First part of the strategy, fill the propane tanks because we're gonna be going through a lot of that.
Woo. Normally we would both go to town because it's a chance to spend time together. But because of last week's road trip, 229 more miles to go. I lost out on a little bit of work hours for my business. So I have a few things that I need to catch up on. Plus I can check on things, keep the water dripping, make sure stuff doesn't freeze. We have a Trinity gestation update. Did I say that word right? We think there are no puppies in this belly. Thank goodness. It's been probably like a month since we thought that maybe she was, and nothing's been growing, nothing's been happening. So our next step is to actually get her an appointment to be spayed.
You get to have the cone of shame.
So apologies to those of you who wanted a Trinity puppy. They will not be coming ever.
I want to fill both propane tanks. Trinity's destroying a box. That's not the type of fiber you need to be eating. And now Cody's on the couch. The pets are going wild. What is happening?
I think he wants some of the cardboard too. Can we share? Want some?
Anyway, I want to fill both propane tanks because we used one very heavily the past 2 nights and the other one is completely empty. But the hot water heater is an on-demand hot water heater that faces the outside, and the outside is 20 degrees right now. But it's supposed to warm up pretty quickly, so I'm just gonna drip the hot water while I'm gone. That should prevent any damage to the hot water heater, I hope. And then we'll get those propane tanks filled. Oh, you're making me a sandwich.
I put enough jelly on it too, right?
No, not even close. Since I'm going to town, I am going to also do the grocery shopping and some information you absolutely must know. I am on my last pair of underwear, so I'm gonna do laundry too. I've got the shopping list. Oh, you know what I need?
There's pens in the truck.
There's pens in the truck?
Yes, because all the pens are missing.
I was gonna take a marker.
Okay. Well, all I'm saying is all the pens are missing from the pen canister because they ended up somewhere else, most likely the truck.
I'm feeling blamed here.
But I made your sandwich.
Thank you. And now, I get to drive down the dirt road. Yay! I can't remember, have we mentioned how rough this road is?
I'm already over this road.
This is also why no one is coming and stealing this stuff in the middle of the night, because nobody wants to drive this road.
Man, some people like to speed on this road. I'm going like 10 miles an hour. And I can't imagine going faster. We're done, Trinity. We're done. All done. Come here, I got a treat. All right, sit. Yes, good girl. Shake. Oh, shake. Yes, good girl. Ready? Boop. Yes, good girl. there you go. In a lot of these videos, I talk about working on my business or doing my stuff, and you're probably wondering, what is it that I actually do? I'm gonna take you along on my work day today and show you everything that I do and how that earns us money. I run a productivity and planning and personal growth brand just under my name, Kalyn Brooke, and it's basically like my planners and journals and nerdy spreadsheet stuff. And if you've ever heard of the app Notion, that is what we've been getting into major this year. I share a lot of tutorials about how to use Notion to organize your life on my YouTube channel, which is Kalyn Brooke Co. Before we actually bought the RV and set off on this whole life change road trip, I had been working on this business, got it to a full-time income to support both Joseph and I, and we thought, well, if we can both work on this and we're not tied down to a specific location because we work for ourselves, then we can fulfill our dream of traveling and see all these sights from the comfort of our home, the RV, and also support ourselves by remotely working along the way. And that's what we did up until 2022 and 2023. That's when we started picking up odd jobs and work camping, because when you own your own business, it's volatile. It ebbs and flows with the economy. You can't always predict that it's going to be a sustainable income. Every month for us is so different, and that's why we had to start bringing in some other streams of income. Well, I figured out what do I need to do to start building my business back again. Also, usually I work from there. This is my desk, but as you can see, there is a really big window and it is cold because it is cold out. So I have moved the middle of the RV, which was warmer when I had this on, but I have to film a YouTube video today for my channel, so I had to turn it off because I had to turn the generator off. So we're gonna see how cold it gets in here while I'm trying to do my stuff. Almost every productivity strategy out there is trying to help you maximize your time, whether it's day theming or time blocking. Thanks so much for watching and joining me here, and I will see you in the next video. Filming for my channel is done, and Joseph just texted me from the laundromat. He said it's really busy, but he forgot, today's the 15th. So we send out a open roading newsletter on the 1st and 15th of every month. So if you are not on the list yet, there's a link below where you can get yourselves on it. We send fun stuff. Joseph's is more we tag team writing it, and his is more philosophical, and mine is more update type. So it's kind of fun to get both perspectives. And then if you've missed any videos, we have a roundup of the latest videos, as well as our tracker of Alaska and how much we have saved for it. All that to say, he said that he forgot to schedule it. So I'm gonna go in and send it right now. Okay, that is done. I just need to go put the generator back on because it's down to 66 in here. That is cold. And I'm done filming for my channel, so it should be fine to have that little bit of background noise. Thank you for staying. You're such a good girl. Pete, you two are just a pair.
People want to know the very specific details about how people do things.
I don't know about you, but for me, errands always seem to take longer than they should. I'm leaving at 11 o'clock, around 11 this morning, and it's okay, laundry, some quick grocery shopping, fill the propane, hopefully be back by 2:30, maybe 3 o'clock. And here it is, it's 3:30, and I'm still in town, which means I'm still almost an hour away from being back. Here we go. And at almost 5 o'clock, we are finally back. All right, back. Most everything's put away. Now it's actually time to jump into the winterizing preps. The biggest concern I have, of course, is water freezing. This tank's gonna be fine. I'm actually gonna disconnect the hose from the RV. Oh shoot. I can tell I'm tired, man. Holy cow, I'm forgetting to do things left and right. All right, so I came over here to shut this water off. It is chilly. I'm emptying these out for two reasons. Number one, I don't want them to freeze and burst. And number two, I need a couple of them for how I'm gonna keep the tank from freezing tonight. Woo! Have I mentioned it's chilly? Prepping for cold weather wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't so dang cold when I was, you know, prepping for the cold weather. Ooh, that is gonna be a nice little ice rink, I'm thinking. Getting close to the end here. Getting close to being able to go to sleep because I've been up for a long time. So all the water that I just stuck in this tank a few minutes ago is painfully close to 32 degrees, which means we're getting really close to having a freezing tank. Ah! That could have been bad. So here's the plan. We have a nice little on-demand hot water heater. So I have unlimited hot water, and I am going to use the right key. I am using the right key. Is this frozen? There we go. I'm gonna take this exterior shower that we don't use for anything, and I'm gonna fill these with very hot water, and then I'm gonna pump them into our fresh water tank. Maybe two or three of them right now. Should raise the temperature of the fresh water tank a little bit. I don't think 70 to 80 gallons of fresh water would freeze that easily. However, there's not good insulation underneath the RV, so I'm just worried, and I just want to cover my bases. As far as this hot water heater is concerned, it is actually a Truma AquaGo Comfort, and it is rated to be fine up to -4 degrees. So as long as we just leave it on, it will cycle its water through and shouldn't have any issues with that. All I know is when I'm standing out here in the middle of the night doing this, it's going to not be fun. All right, that's almost full. I'll shut this off. Oh, that's the wrong way. We will shut the pump off. Switch this over to sanitize, which means it'll suck water up. And we will turn that pump on and do some priming action. Yep, I'm feeling the hose get warm. My mic died, so my audio might not be as good at the moment, but please do not take anything that I am doing here as a tutorial on what you should do in cold weather. There are many other things you could do. You could skirt to the bottom of the RV, stick a space heater underneath. Space heaters make me nervous, first of all, for fire hazard. But second of all, we're literally dealing with 2 nights of cold, 1 night of extreme cold, and it's getting above freezing during the day tomorrow. If we were in a situation where we were gonna be cold multiple nights, I would have invested in some sort of skirting and tried to do something to provide more heat underneath the RV. I didn't see the purpose in spending a couple $100 in materials at a minimum and then attempting to do that last minute to get it all said and done. And then if the wind picks up, it could all blow away because I don't know what I'm doing. So I opted, since I'm up all night anyway, to go with the DIY route of just trying to cycle water through. We're gonna set a faucet dripping and we'll just manage everything that way. And we're gonna hope that I don't regret it.
The sun is starting to set, which means it's gonna get cold in here. And I don't know if the heater can keep up, but we're gonna try to help it with these Reflectix things. We just bought a roll of this at like a Home Depot or Lowe's quite a few years ago, actually. Cut them to size for the windows, and they really do help keep everything nice and warm. It's honestly insane how like leaky these windows are, because they are not the double panes that are coming on the new RVs, which is sounds so nice right about now, because these ones leak a lot of air, and even just touching my hand right there to it, it's extremely cold, like much colder than if I was just to touch an inside wall.
What do you see? You can watch Trinity. Hey there, Coyote.
I'm gonna be gate guarding until, let's see, it's 7 right now, and that's when the shift starts, until about probably 10:30. Give Joseph a few hours to sleep. I don't know if he set his alarm or not, so maybe I'll try to squeeze it until 11 just to make sure. Also, when I say gate guarding, I don't mean the 24/7 gate that we used to have where we had to be like ready at all times to check trucks in, pass people through. This job is super easy. It's just 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and we just have to watch the that's outside. It's being lit up by the generator and just make sure no one comes by and steals anything. And we have sensors that let us know if there's anyone in the area. So super easy. $200 a shift, and we hope that we can stretch it for as long as we can. All done. And of course, there's socks left over. It's almost 9 p.m. I just checked the temperature. It's 31 degrees, so it is starting to drop below freezing. And I don't know how much longer I can sit by this window because it is getting cold. I'm definitely feeling it. But I think I'm gonna start the drip on the faucet just to make sure that the pipes don't freeze, because that'd be very bad.
It's 10:30. So this right here is a present my mother-in-law got for me for my birthday. It came right after we got all the crazy wind. It's an anemometer, if I didn't say that. It can measure the wind speed, it can measure your average wind speed, it can measure your temperature. Yeah, it's just really cool. So I'm gonna actually use it a lot tonight to see what the temperature is as it goes down, because the only thing we've had to go by is a weather station, which we think is about 20-30 miles from here. So it could be different, could be warmer, could be colder. So yeah. Trinity, you ready to go outside? Let me put a jacket on. What do we do? She's like, you haven't given me a treat in like forever. You,
I gave her a treat today.
Yeah, but usually I'm like working with her, getting her to sit and all that. Good girl. Stay. Yeah, oh wow. You're showing off for the camera. Let's go into the bitter cold. Woo, Trinity, it is cold out here. You good? Yep, you're good. All right, come on. Oh, come on, girl. Watch your head. There we go. Man. Woo. It is cold. Sit. Boop. Yes. Just realized that I forgot to get this out while I was out there. But I'm going to wait because I don't want to get a cold again right away. I just warmed back up. So maybe about midnight we'll go out and we'll check the temperature. We'll see what the wind speed is and all those fine things, and get to test out my new tool. My phone says it's 16 out here. I think I believe it. It's about 1:30, and I'm gonna cycle some hot water into the tank. That's nice. I can warm up my hands. Are you kidding me? Trinity, are you allowed on there? And the answer is a big fat no. We are not allowed up there. Someone about KALYN'S size.
Who could it be?
Let Trinity hang out on a bed at a pet-friendly Airbnb. And ever since, for some strange reason, we have had trouble keeping Trinity off the couch. We are at 3 a.m. The temperature outside is 15 degrees according to my phone. I'm not going to go outside and double check it. I'm going to believe it. I just checked the water here and cycled the hot water through the hot water lines and then turned on the cold water. And what I do is I feel the water. You can tell the water that's in the lines. It was ice cold, like really cold. And then I could tell when I actually got to water that was coming from the tank because I felt the temperature warm up just a little bit. So I'm not super concerned about the tank just yet. Like, it's probably 5-6 degrees warmer than the water that was in the lines. So cycled the water through the lines. That should help keep that from freezing. And over the next 3 hours is when the temperature is really expected to drop all the way down to potentially 9 degrees. I wouldn't be shocked if it went down a little bit colder. So I'll start checking it every hour. It's 4 o'clock. Phone says it's 15. I'm gonna cycle 12 more gallons of hot water into the freshwater tank. And we're gonna check to see if it really is 15 out or if it's colder. I'll tell you this, it feels cold. All I know is when I'm standing out here in the middle of the night doing this, it's going to not be fun. Let's go check that temperature one last time on this trip out. 14.4. It's cold, just warning you. Oh, 10 degrees. It's chilly this morning.
That was weird. The generator just turned off. The lights went out. I guess we'll wait to see what happens when Joseph comes in. Because I'm not going out there. It's 9 degrees. I just got up. So yeah, apologies for the face.
It's cold outside.
Yes. That's why I'm not out there helping you.
So that's a diesel motor.
Uh-huh. Did the diesel freeze?
I think the diesel gelled.
Oh,
Because when you get to a certain temperature, the diesel gels up and stops. So I'm gonna text him. It shouldn't be out of gas. So I think the diesel just gelled and shut it down. So it's a good thing we have battery power, because if we didn't, we'd be toast. Let's put the fridge on propane.
What temperature does diesel usually gel at?
Around 10.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Well, that's a little extra drama to the morning. I'm glad it shut down like now as opposed to like midnight, because that would have been a problem.
Because it's been actually pretty toasty in here, I would think.
Well, do you know what I have the thermostat set at? 78.
Oh my word!
It can be 78 at the thermostat, and I can have a frozen hand here at the desk. So we're gonna bring this anemometer, that's what it's called, around the RV and show you exactly like the wide range of temperatures. I'm wondering if our thermostat is like, because it's against the wood or whatever, isn't super accurate, because it's set at 76. This has finally settled down and it's at 71.7.
All right, we are looking at about 63, 64 near this window, which actually isn't as bad as I thought it would be. Working?
Yep, fire right up. Yeah, he called and he's like, that needs to fire up or the water pump will freeze and burst, and then we'll have a whole other set of problems. So, all right, well, everything's kosher, everything's working.
Even though it's cold out, I feel like we just need to go for a walk, get out of the RV for a bit, stretch our legs. She's liking her new harness thing. It is helping with the pulling. So I think it was a good purchase. But in case you're wondering, yes, it is still cold. I've had to break out the gloves and the headband. I knitted this, actually crocheted it myself, by the way. I just want y'all to be impressed.
I'm not joking. I'm in shorts, t-shirt. It is 70 degrees out here.
70 degrees!
But the wind is,
She's got tangled up.
I'm tripping because of Trinity. But one downside that has a huge upside is the wind is back, so it's a little noisy inside the RV. However, now I get to play with my anemometer. Come on, 16. And in case you think I'm joking, 69 degrees. I've actually seen 70 on here a couple times.
We are going to take advantage of the warmer weather, which we better go soon for our run because it is starting to dip as the sun sets.
Yes. It's almost 68 degrees now.
Yeah, see, I'm feeling it. But we do have an Alaska update for you because our next paycheck hit our account for this job.
It's a big one. It's a big number.
$3,000 this time, which, we've got to take some of that and pay for those tires. So about $1,608 is going towards the tires that we just bought.
Money well spent.
Yeah, it's for Alaska. And then we've got 1,300 of it.
It's a big number. This is a big number.
I know.
This is a big number.
Going to Alaska, which takes us up to
50%.
$7,500 for our Alaska fun. We're officially halfway there. Thanks so much for watching and following our journey. We're gonna make it happen.
And thanks for watching as we really braved the terrible cold weather and survived the 2-day Texas winter.
I know everyone else is like, you don't know cold.
At the same time, living through the cold in the RV was an adventure.
It's a different story.
It's an adventure. You ready to go running?
I think so.
All right,
we'll catch you guys later.
Hey, you all right? Drink some water.
She threw up her entire supper, and that's not normal because we're not in the car. She's not car sick, and it was all of it. She was just laying down.
And she suddenly became super lethargic. Like she went away from us, which she doesn't usually do.
The furthest corner of the RV.
She just lay down and was breathing heavy.
And I don't know, do we try to find an emergency vet? Is this a bigger issue?
Is there an emergency vet in town? Because I feel like the only emergency...
In Pecos? I don't know.
Yeah, I think the only emergency vet's going to be 2 hours away.
She's breathing like really heavy right now. So I think we're going to do the emergency vet route. We both can't go because we still have responsibilities here at this gate for the overnight shift. So Joseph is going to go because he's better at driving at night.
You just have to stay awake. Well, it's 4 hours of driving, and you drove 10 hours last week.
And I think I'll do better at staying awake here, keeping myself busy, than like panic driving down the road. But
right.
I think this is the best decision that we can make.
She is a sack of potatoes. All right, Trinity, are you ready? This road seems extra long tonight.
Joseph just got there at the clinic, so it is so hard to like not know what's going on and just to wait.
It's 1:14. We finally just got in a room. We're waiting for the doctor to come in. I went up through everything with a tech. Trinity is already feeling much better.
It's 1:45 a.m. Joseph just got done with her. Only $55. Like I can't even. I'm just so grateful.
So after all of this drama, it turns out that Trinity has a condition known commonly as gas.
Trinity being fine is such a huge relief. We're new dog owners, we don't know things, and we just really want to play it safe.
Apparently she ate her food too quickly after we went for a run, and she got a lot of running in on that run, and she got back, drank a bunch of water really fast, ate a bunch of food really fast, and gave herself a really upset stomach.
Now I am just ready for Joseph to get home so I can go to sleep.
Trinity's safe and sound and feeling much, much better. Now I've got a 2-hour drive ahead of me. Kalyn has got to be exhausted because she is not used to pulling the overnight shift, and by the time I get home, it'll be 4 o'clock.
He's got to be exhausted too, though, like even though he does night shift.
Yeah, it's been a night. If you want to follow more of Trinity's journey or our journey to Alaska, click that subscribe button, click the bell, and you'll be notified of when we publish our next video. Speaking of which, we'll see you then.
No one has come to steal anything, though. I have done my job.